Love you for listening. Hey, you guys, that was Esperanza Spalding 1. And Mr. Gio was trying to break down her concepts for me, and I'm just not getting it right now.
Listen, do you like Rihanna? Because she was before that. Do you like her?
Yes.
Like, do you understand what she's talking about in her music?
I do know what
because
Rihanna...
it's overproduced.
I do know exactly what Rihanna is talking about, actually. And her titles actually lead you into what the
her music
is
too simplistic.
I don't think it is.
It's too simplistic.
We're not going to have a musical argument right
We'll
now.
talk about this
I'm just saying they both made their way to my favorite, so there's room for both. Because how else would I have played Miss Esperanza Spalding if I didn't listen to both?
I'm going to break it right now. Esperanza wrote that song. The entire thing. The music she's playing on it. What's Rihanna doing?
She curated the song, which is what Mr. Diddy has done himself.
Esperanza,
who's more famous in music?
You look on her Wikipedia page, and this has track list. Who wrote the song? It says Esperanza Spalding. She got like 6 other dudes. Pull it up.
Okay, cool beans. So she knows how to curate and pick things
Artistry.
You can be a good chooser, and that be your artistry as well. There's creators. There's curators.
We'll go to a museum.
There's traders.
We'll go to a museum.
There's all kind of things.
Art gallery.
So
I like this show.
I appreciate that. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Oh man, take it away.
So as far as senior seminar go, that's kind of where we just open up a couple different current events, and we may talk about them, we may not. We just want you guys to know about it. And this week I've had a general theme because celebrities have been popping as far as getting their money on the long end. So in this week's senior seminar, we're going to kick it off with Whoopi Goldberg, who has decided to open up her own brand of bud. That's right, people. She's going to come out with her own dispensary products.
What is bud?
Marijuana.
Oh,
I guess I do. I have to quit assuming everybody knows the colloquialisms of where I'm at. So, hey, who knows what you call it where you're at.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Oh.
Anywho, culmination of a movement towards changing. I'm trying to see which part of the article I actually explicitly wanted to talk about. But Whoopi Goldberg's personalized brand of medicinal marijuana products has been trending on social media and remained a topic du jour on talk shows since it was first announced on Wednesday. The brand's arrival is a culmination of a movement towards changing the narrative on legal weed that has been building for years. Awesome, which is, I think her input in this situation would be, because the connotation of who uses marijuana is slowly but surely changing, and I think by her being so well known as far as being on The View, and then us understanding the personality of Whoopi Goldberg, it helps to push the narrative that it's not just for young people who want to use illicit drugs, or for a particular demographic, that everyone could kind of benefit.
Well, see, that's the thing. She's trying to take it away where you won't say it's illicit drugs. Like, it's just
right.
It's there. I believe it's like people are getting new brands of weed. Like Wiz Khalifa has his own brand. He's sponsored by a weed company. Can you believe that?
I can.
Like, he's never got to buy weed ever again. He has his own strain. Is that how you say it? Strain or strand?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, gotcha. I'm not into the weed culture. So
I'm not going to make people believe that I am either. So I'm just going to keep going.
Whoopi, she's having her own brand. So you're right. The brand and weed will now extend. So it's not like your stoner cousin that's in the basement.
Exactly.
Now it's like this woman is on The View. Pretty soon we're going to have our own. We're going to have presidents. This is Obama bud. Straight from Hawaii. Seriously, I mean, hey, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I didn't like that. I'm like, no, we need to keep him up as upstanding as possible.
I mean, but that's the thing. Weed
totally taint the.
You can be upstanding and smoke weed now. I mean, hell, there's Whoopi Goldberg. She's a reputable person.
And hers is actually going to be explicitly used to treat menstrual cramps.
Oh, goodness.
So I read there were going to be chocolates, tinctures, drinks, and ointments.
Ointments?
I don't know. I'm not I'm not supposed to know. I don't. But in whatever capacity, it will be able to treat menstrual cramps, and that will be the
Okay.
designation for her particular
Yeah.
strand. Moving right along. And getting their money on the celebrity side. So these articles I pulled this week are like both encouraging and discouraging, because these are rich people who have not become complacent and are going to make themselves increasingly richer with these business ideas that they came out with, which should encourage you to not become financially complacent either. You should always be looking for avenues to create more income and work on that generational wealth thing. But it's like, dang, y'all ain't got enough money. Like, what us broke folks supposed to do when we finally get a hold of some coin? We ain't gonna be able to do none of our ideas because y'all done done them already. But that was like me being in my shell by myself, annoyed and happy at the situation. But Lionsgate teams up with Kevin Hart for a streaming service. Laugh out loud. LOL. Good for you, Kevin. Basically, they're gonna join together, and the service will feature content from Lionsgate's vast library. And I'm reading this from Yahoo Finance, so I don't want to get hit with no plagiarism or nothing like that, because I'm reading the article. Created by comedian Kevin Hart. Outside of his feature films and touring projects, the Red Hot A-lister will put all of his efforts towards creating programming for the channel, which will include a new hidden camera series, in addition to shows and projects made by incoming comedians and social media personalities, in addition to a video game that it's actually going to be branded as a social adventure mobile game that gives players the ability to simulate the life of a comedian star with Hart as the mentor. Gamers will negotiate a virtual career that includes comedy tours, movie deals, and other business ventures. So through a game, he's going to teach you his business model, which is awfully generous of him. He's going to make his coin, because I'm sure there's going to be in-app purchases, but just the idea and the growth of this man and his career and him allowing us so much insight on what he's doing, I commend him and I thank him, and hopefully, we'll be able to take some of those concepts that we learned from dear Auntie Whoopi and cousin Kevin and use those in our own life. So definitely check out those articles. And then my last, because I have 3 for this topic, is our little sweet Michaela from Be Sweet Lemonade. So she actually is 11 years old and has actually locked down an $11 million contract with Whole Foods.
Excuse me?
Yes, like $1 million for each year she has been on this earth. Contract with Whole Foods, who is going to
sell some lemonade.
But it's special lemonade. It's actually made.
What, Whoopi was involved with this?
No, these are 3 separate stories, 3 separate business opportunities that have kind of grown.
Oh man, special lemonade.
No. Seriously, it is special. It's made out of flaxseed, other sweeteners that aren't sugar, and like honey and things like that. And she actually donates a portion of the proceeds to helping
save bees,
because the story is she was actually stung by 2 bees in a week when she was younger, and that made her hate bees and fear them. But in fear, you learn more about them, and she learned that they were slowly becoming extinct. So that made her want to create this business around the lemonade to actually help keep them a part of the environment, because they are significantly important to our ecosystem. So little Miss Michaela went on Shark Tank and asked for an initial $60,000 to start her company, and that's where she got the packaging and the branding. She was actually just selling lemonade out of a stand.
I sold Kool-Aid back in the day, and I ain't get a damn thing.
Well, you gotta have that business model behind you. Gotta get you on some good TV. And now she has grown from a little stand, from a little brand, to a little huge store, which is Whole Foods. Now
what is her grandmother getting for this? Because I heard it was her recipe. I saw this story.
It is her grandmother's recipe.
Yeah, is she getting some of that money?
I don't know if grandma's alive. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was.
I didn't know it was $11 million. I saw the little story on. I saw it on
was
Fox.
cute at first. Now it's like, hold up. Don't be hating on Michaela.
See, now I need to go back to that woman with them 2 kids and like, hey, y'all get out on the stroll now.
Let's turn these into somebody.
Let's make that money.
Are they photogenic?
Hey, they good looking. They mama good looking too. I might have to reconsider after
You might have
day.
to reconsider. But you know, if you as the stepdad make them famous, the real dad's gonna come back in, and you don't have any parts of the coin anyway. So
it's a whole nother
she's gonna go back to her ex with the money. Put a Kaylani on you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Anywho, those was the 3 senior seminar articles I had. But before we got off the radio, because we have a political scientist here with us, I wanted him to kind of break down this whole super delegate thing for us, for those who have been trying to pay attention or who have actually been paying attention. Do you mind, or?
I speak very briefly. I'll be succinct with it.
Yeah, we'll end the show with it.
Okay, well, with super delegates, you hear everybody's out here trying to win delegates in primaries in this presidential bid everybody's going for. They're trying to win delegates or get super delegates. Now, super delegates are on the Democratic side. It's strictly on the Democratic side.
Okay, that's interesting.
GOP people have something what you wouldn't call them super delegates, but they're around the same thing. But super delegates are delegates that can't be won in a primary or a close or a caucus. So these people are already high-ranking members of the Democratic Party, and they can choose to go with whoever they want. So pretty much they go with an established candidate. So if you look at the current situation, you see that Miss Hillary Clinton has more super delegates because she's been in the Democratic Party. She's been one of the Democratic Party's higher-ups for years. Mm-hmm. And now you have an outsider, Mr. Bernie Sanders, who's not really known. And so he's having a hard time getting super delegates. So the good thing about that it's in Bernie Sanders' favor is that the super delegates can change their mind all the way up into the convention. Okay. So super delegates, they're there. Pledged delegates are regular delegates that they have to win in primaries and other contests such as caucuses and closed caucuses. So that's pretty much it. It's a very complicated thing, but it's not complicated as they get to make up their own mind whenever they want to and change it. So super delegates.
All right. That's a little bit more knowledge than what I was looking at. I was looking at an article that was saying how the people, super delegates in Alaska weren't going to change their mind regardless of how well he does.
And that's the thing about it. It's not a slippery slope because once they make up their mind, they've made up their mind. They don't usually change. Okay. But Bernie's banking on them changing their mind by seeing his momentum and what you pretty much just brought up. And it's not, for me, as a political scientist, because, hey, I've got a degree now. I'm with that thinking like they're not changing their mind. They didn't change their mind with Mr. Barry Obama back in 2008. They were with him. Actually, if you look back at it, Hillary Clinton won more votes, but he had more delegates. He had more super delegates. So that was a sore spot for her. I know she's very happy to have them now.
Well, if you want to know more about super delegates, I encourage you to get on good old cousin Google. He usually knows something, a thing or two.
I like that guy.
I do too. When all the other family members are acting funny in real life, good old cousin Google won't take you through none of that. He'll just be like, "What's up, cuz? What you want to know?"
I tell you everything. You feeling lucky?
Yeah. Go for it. And we hope that our articles about these rising up businesses encourage some entrepreneurial.
$11 million for some lemonade.
You'd be surprised what we pay for these days. Kim Kardashian clocked in $80 million for her app. So,
what does she do? Like, I'm not gonna go there. She has no talent.
I'm just saying.
She has no talent.
You're astonished by $11 million for lemonade. There's $80 million for a game, an app. So hey, there's money to be made around here. You just have to think about ways you can use the amount of money you have to invest into those ideas. And we hope that those were encouraging for you and not depressing, like our good old friend over there. That's the show, people. We look forward to seeing you next week. Oh my God, I almost went the whole show without saying happy birthday to Miss G. So Miss G Girl is celebrating another year of life this year, so I couldn't let the show go off without saying that to her. Happy birthday.
Happy
we
birthday.
love you, and we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And that goes to Miss G Girl as well.